Hi there, folks. Welcome back to the Short and Stout Guys channel. We are the Short and Stout Guys. I'm Terry.
And I'm Daniel, and we're back with another Halloween Horror Nights update.
We are. Just a quick one. We're going to go through the scare zones again. There have been some additions to the scare zones. Notice I've got on my football stuff because we're getting close to football season, which also means we're getting close to HHN season. 10 days away from today. Filming this on August 18th. And HHN starts with the premiere night, which we will not be at, I'm sorry to say, 10 days from tonight, and then the whole thing kicks off on the Friday the 29th, and we are so excited.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, we've got about 3 different things we're going to do today, Daniel. We're going to go around and take a look at the updates to the scare zones, and they've made some pretty major updates to a couple of the scare zones, so we'll take a look at that. Then what are we going to do?
Then we're going to mention some merch that was dropped. It's kind of merch that has been out for a while. It's the new Hedwig stuff from the Harry Potter Wizarding World
cool
series.
Stuff.
And also, there's been a new addition at the Men in Black restrooms.
Which sounds kind of weird. Yeah, but we'll talk about the biggest vending machine that I've seen inside the parks and kind of some of the stuff that's in there and the prices. So, all right, let's start out by we'll run through kind of what changes we saw in the scare zones.
Okay.
All right. Why don't we start out in that Minion zone there, Dan? And what is that? The Origins of Fear?
Origins of Horror, I believe.
Yeah, that's right. Origins of Horror. And so they've made a lot of changes to the entryway, kind of where they have
they've got some big gargoyles, some big, tall gate-like thing. It looks really cool.
It does look very cool. The gargoyles themselves are amazing. I don't know how they make all that stuff. It is really cool. Fits perfectly in with the theme, right?
Definitely looks foreboding.
It does look foreboding. Now, we were kind of puzzled because as we came in, they had the words Halloween Horror Night up there, but it appears to still be in red.
Red or reddish-orange, yeah, that's right. Yeah. We thought it was going to be blue, but
that was a rumor.
Guess not.
Yeah, well, we'll see. Maybe when it turns on, it changes color. I really have no idea, but it looked good. Good to see it back up there. You know you're getting close, right? Now, as you venture down that lane, the Minions lane, toward the New York area, we've got some. They kind of added to the pedestals, right? Yep. They've had the pedestals around and those things that I think you described them as looking like little morgues.
Mausoleums, yeah.
Yeah, that's right, off to the side. And it looks like they've got some statues of some kind in there, but they're all covered up.
Yep, which means, they're going to be gory.
It could be, or just they're going to, give homage, I guess, to some of the main characters for this year's Halloween Horror Nights, right? One of them sort of looks like he's got a chainsaw or
a machete or something.
Kind of a big blade, that he's carrying around. So we're just guessing because it's all covered up. Like you said last time, it looks so much better now that they have kind of the themed coverings on those, as opposed to just throwing tarps over stuff.
Yeah, right? They look really cool,
really great. All right, so anyway, that's kind of the Minion scare zone, and then we're gonna kind of take a right when we get over to
the Toxic 20s.
Yeah. Yeah. And we're going to head into the Toxic 20s area. And what changes did you see there, Daniel?
They added a lot more carnage to the crash. They added some bags of money onto the mobster's car and some broken barrels onto the truck.
There are broken. Apparently, those barrels went flying everywhere because there are broken barrels now in the florist area that has kind of been fleshed out more with some flowers.
Yeah.
Yeah, was there a body there?
No, I don't think I didn't see anything covered.
There was a body by the accident site.
Oh, I didn't notice that either. But
there was a body laying there or something, but it's covered up with the stuff. They had lots of barrels laying around. There's again barrel by the florist area. I don't exactly know how this worked, but there's a barrel all the way down around jammed onto the newsstand. So I don't know what happened there.
Also by the newsstand, looks like they're going to be using that alleyway area for like some kind of food thing again. I like how they made the booth look like part of the building, and they also put up some picket fences that kind of have like some green sludge dripping on it.
I wonder if that has anything to do with the Toxic 20 stuff.
I think it does.
Stuff. Yeah, I think so too. So anyway, that kind of stuff's going on. So it looks like that alley is so cool anyway, and it's about in the middle of the alley where it looks like they've got a food booth. Again, we don't know what's coming for food, but that's always a fun place to walk through.
Absolutely.
So, very cool. All right. We also saw they had another barrel. Now this one didn't look like it was broke open, but it was in that stage area where they've got the speakeasy, kind of a secret entrance.
Yep.
Stage.
That one I think did have something covered. Could have been a body or something like that.
Yeah, it was like half a person. He's
Yeah.
half the man that he used to be.
Maybe
Anyway,
maybe he was submerged in the barrel,
It could be,
or
yeah.
being used in some sort of torture or
Not
something.
really sure. And then also at the area where they've got the big barrels up, and it looks like they might be protesting alcohol, kind of like an area where they're trying to get prohibition going. They've got I think there was a barrel over there too of the stuff. They have the barrels of what looked like the alcohol, and then they had a BuzzCon barrel, I believe, over there too. Now none of the BuzzCon barrels have been coated with green or don't seem to be dripping stuff yet, so I would guess that's going to come a little bit later on.
Yep.
Okay. Well, we're going to go ahead and leave the Toxic 20s. Anything else you want to add about the Toxic 20s? You good?
I'm just looking forward to seeing what that scare zone brings.
Cannot wait. Yep. All right. So now we're heading down toward the San Francisco area.
Mm-hmm.
And the Jaws stuff, when we were there on Sunday, the Jaws stuff was still there. In fact, they added to the Jaws stuff, and they brought in what?
They brought in Chief Brody's car.
They did. His Bronco, I think it is.
Yeah.
Ford Bronco was there. So we got a picture of you with that. Sounds like they're going to start disassembling that stuff and taking it down. But, I mean, it fits really, I think, well with HHN if they leave it up. But they do have the stuff kind of coming down inside of the candy store.
Yeah.
They had a lot of Jaws stuff, so maybe they're going to make it over to something else in there.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, anyway, when you get to the Club Horror, or anyway, the dance area, they have added some little mini stages.
Yeah.
And they look about perfect size to trip over if you're not watching where you're going.
Yeah, it's
they're just
weird.
like-
they're kind of just out in the middle there, and they are
They
just
are.
so small, and they're also black, so at night you're not going to see those things. And
This
there's
may
going to
be-
be fog everywhere,
I
so
imagine they'll have characters up on them, but it just looks like something
like a tripping hazard.
like it could be really dangerous, yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, I guess we'll see what happens there. That was like the only change. I guess they had a sign up too, didn't they? Like a big banner sign that said Club Horror.
I think they also put up some smoke machines, but maybe those were there before.
fog machine
yeah.
and things. Yep. Okay. Now, when we were down over there, sadly, the bridge still closed. I think maybe they're working on railings, or I don't know. It's got to be getting close. I'm guessing they want to get that thing open before HHN.
Got to get it done.
Got to get it done.
Same
And
with the bathrooms.
Bathrooms still closed. I cannot imagine what they're doing in those bathrooms. This almost sounds like my wife talking to me. What are you doing in the bathroom? You've been in there too long. Anyway, but seems like it's taken forever to get that bathroom put back together. I mean, it looks great. It looks very dark and ominous. Maybe that's what they were going for. But it'd be nice to get it open.
Yeah, we need that open.
Yeah. So anyway, and it also looked like there might be some lights and speakers out in that area across from the Harry Potter area. Maybe announcing when the Death Eaters are out. I don't know, because usually with green lights and fog and stuff like that when the Death Eaters are out in the Harry Potter area.
Yeah, I think you might be right about that.
So, I don't know. All right. We're going to kind of keep moving around now. We're going to head over to the, there's nothing in the Simpsons area.
Nope.
But, well, should we come back to the bathroom over by Men in Black?
Yeah, we should
We'll do
probably
that.
talk about that.
You want to do that now?
Yeah,
All right,
sure.
We're coming around, so let's hit the bathroom over by Men in Black. Now,
They've added
normally-
something new.
They do add something, and it is huge, right?
It is huge and
So-
very useful.
Yeah, now the bathroom by the Men in Black is very, very busy during HHN because you got a lot of houses that either enter or kind of exit right in that corner over
That's
there,
right.
right? So when you go into the bathroom area, they have like one of the biggest vending machines I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
It is just a huge vending machine, and it's filled with, not food,
Not drinks, not
no,
candy.
nothing like that. It's filled with like, hey, I'm on vacation and I forgot my toothpaste, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you go to this vending machine, you can get a tube of toothpaste and a toothbrush. And I don't know, what was that, like $8?
I'm not sure, but you can also get stuff like NyQuil for $21. Hair gel, $17.
Hair gel for $17?
Well, theme park prices.
I guess that's true. Yeah.
Tylenol, $12. Speed Stick, that's kind of a deodorant, for $9.
Either for men or women, they had both brands in there, right?
Pepto Bismol for I think $11.
So if the pizza fries don't sit quite with you and you need some Pepto Bismol, they got you covered in the Men in Black, right? And it's not in the bathroom, but as you go around the bend, the women's on one side, men's on the other. you'll see it. You can't miss it. It's huge.
Yeah, it's got a lot, like probably like 60 some IDs.
They do have diapers in there. You can buy a 6-pack of diapers for like $8 or $9.
And yes, they probably do have toothpaste because we know that your hotel will not provide that.
They will not provide that for you, no. So lots of different stuff. Kind of interesting to look at. But again, biggest vending machine I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that it takes cash. When we were looking at it, it kind of looked like it only took credit cards. But I could be wrong on that too. I don't know. But that's what it looked like. Anyway, all right. We're going to continue on. We're leaving the Men in Black area now. And we're heading into the kind of the next scare zone, which is just an amazing scare zone.
Cat Lady of Crooked Lane.
Now they have enlarged this scare zone. It used to just be the walkway around the trees. Now it spills out into that big open circle where her house is. Her house is amazing. They are really covering it over with vines. It almost looks like a little too much vine work to me, but I can't wait to see it in the dark, lit up or kind of lit. I'm sure it's going to look incredibly spooky.
Mm-hmm. They have added like a little pet cemetery. This really does look like one of the biggest sets they've built for this event.
And it's amazing. I still don't know exactly what to call that thing across from her house. It's like the cat box area, a litter box. I don't know. And I'm not exactly sure if you're going to walk through the middle of it, if you can go on either side of it. I don't know. But it is just covered in vines, and there are obviously boo holes for the scare actors. I don't know, it looked great. Now, there are a few places in there where it looks like if you're walking through and a scare actor jumps out at you, you're going to turn and go right into a tree. We'll see how it works out. I don't know, but it'll be interesting. It sure adds to the space.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, they put a lot of work into this area.
They have, and as you're going down the path, there's so many vines, you just cannot hardly believe it, and so much junk. I don't know if this lady is a hoarder or if she just saves every little scrapule that these kids had with them. Anyway, so it's an amazing scare zone. It really is.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're leaving the Cat Lady of Crooked Lane, and we are heading into the Masquerade Dance with Death.
Yep, located in the Hollywood Boulevard.
All right, and we've got more vines. So many vines.
Yeah.
Just incredible.
They might have went a little overboard with the vines.
Well, kind of interesting to see what it looks like with the special lights. Maybe they needed to, they do testing all the time at night with different lighting effects and stuff. Maybe they needed the extra vines to bring out that creepy feel. I don't know.
One of you had a concern about this area, though, didn't you?
I did, and here's what it was. And maybe this won't be there on the nights, but they've got a lot of grass plants by the things. Man, if you touch those grass, it's like those grass plants. It's real plants, and it's like razor grass. Ooh. I mean, you're gonna slice your hands. I'm surprised little kids aren't going by there and you just swipe your hand through it and you're gonna shred your hands.
Unless that's intentional from the vampires.
I don't. Maybe, but Universal, holy cow!
That is kind of a risk.
Sliced, and all three of us were like, "Oh my goodness, this stuff is super sharp and it kind of sticks to your hand." See what you think when you get there. Maybe it'll be there, maybe it won't. I mean, it makes good cover, but also seems really dangerous, like razor wire, that grass. Anyway, I guess we'll see how that is. The gates on both ends look really cool. They've gotten, I think maybe added even a few more covered things, creepy things. So
lots of vines.
Yeah, it just looks like it'll be amazing.
All right. Also, just a quick update. It looks like they will be shutting down the discount tribute store. It looks like they've already had half of the store closed off.
Yeah, if you're a pass holder, an annual pass member, you know that there's a discount store where they kind of clear out a little bit of the older merchandise, and sometimes not all that older merchandise, but looks like they're getting ready to shut that down. And when we talked to a cast member, he said, yeah, it'll be probably shut down before HHN starts. So they had things marked off to, I think, 80% in there, and whatever was left, but I don't think they're going to be adding to it, and it's kind of shrinking now. So I don't know if they'll do anything else with it during HHN, but it's kind of going away. But there is some good stuff in there, but it is getting smaller and smaller every day. All right. One last thing we want to talk to you about today, and that is some merchandise. Now, this merchandise, like Daniel said, has been around since about July or so. Now, if you're a fan of Harry Potter, but maybe you don't like the clothes that say witches and witchcraft and wizardry and all that stuff, maybe you like stuff like the Hogwarts Express. Or you might really like this merchandise because instead of featuring the words witch, witchcraft, that sort of thing, It's Hedwig.
Hedwig!
Hedwig, the white owl.
Yeah.
Now, if you haven't seen all the movies, maybe don't get totally attached to Hedwig. Great character. Yeah. Anyway, I don't want to give a spoiler here, but love Hedwig. He's Harry's pet owl.
Super fluffy.
He's super fluffy. But anyway, they've got a lot of merchandise. I'm not going to describe all the merchandise. We'll just show some pictures of it with some prices to kind of wrap us up. But thanks for coming along with us. And hope you enjoy looking through the merchandise. Hope you enjoyed hearing about the updates that we saw. Maybe you found the giant vending machine interesting. I think the only other bigger vending machine I've ever seen is the Carvana one.
Oh,
you put
yeah.
in the big coin and the car drops down. But this is a huge machine. Anyway, thanks for coming along. We'll see you again maybe at the theme park, hopefully at HHN, because we're going to spend a lot of time at HHN. Until next time, take care.
And stay spooky.
Spooky. And maybe get some Hedwig stuff.